Hello and welcome to my channel. So we are going to start with innate immunity today. So till now what we know is that innate immunity and adaptive immunity, both of them they play their own parts, and of these acquired immunity, which is also known as adaptive immunity, it plays a major role in combating and eliminating the pathogen after an infection. So whenever the pathogen has entered and established itself inside the host, the innate immunity plays a role before the establishment of infection. So it tries to prevent the entry of the pathogen inside the body, and it acts as a first line of defense. So hence it is complementary to the acquired immunity and also important in overall immunoprotection of the host. So therefore it becomes essential to understand the innate immune system and its working. So let's start. Innate immunity, we know it's a natural immunity. Usually it's referred to as the ability of the body to defend itself against invasion by pathogenic microorganisms before the onset of infection. Pathogenic here means disease causing organism, because not all microorganisms are pathogenic. So it comprises of non-specific general mechanisms acting as barriers against frequently encountered pathogens. Molecules of innate defense have the ability to recognize class of molecules through pattern recognition. For example, we have lysosomes, we have complement proteins or receptors, like toll-like receptors are there which recognize lipopolysaccharide found in gram-negative bacteria. So innate immunity is usually species specific, and at times it can be individual specific also. For example, humans as a species, they do not suffer from any diseases commonly seen in animals. For example, distemper virus. So birds do not suffer from tetanus, let's see, which is fatal in humans. Similarly, heterozygous individuals for sickle cell traits, they're resistant to malaria than the normal individuals. So let's see the mechanisms of innate immunity. There are 4 types of general mechanisms which act as barriers that are responsible for immunity. So first we have anatomical barriers. Second is physiological barriers. Third, phagocytic barriers. And fourth, inflammatory barriers. We'll be discussing 2 barriers in this video. So anatomical barriers is first is skin. So it is the natural outermost protective covering of the body, and its importance can be realized from the fact that whenever we have a cut or a burn, so it makes the body highly susceptible to infections. Also, the lactic acid and fatty acids present in the sebum make the skin pH acidic around 3 to 5, at which pathogens encounter difficulty in surviving. Next, we have mucous membrane and ciliary lining. So these act as mechanical barriers and prevent the entry of pathogens from many internal sites such as nasopharynx, gastrointestinal, genital, and urinary tracts, all of which have this protective layer preventing them from infections. In fact, thick mucus, that thick viscous mucus and active ciliary movements, they also retard the movement of pathogens. Next, we have microbial floral antagonism in intestine. Normal commensal microorganisms in the intestine and other places, because they are very present in very large population, so they do not allow establishment of infection by other bacteria, because they compete with them for essential nutrients. Next, we have physiological barriers. So first is pH. Unfavorable pH can act as a barrier for the survival of pathogen. And in fact, highly acidic pH around pH 2 in the stomach and low pH due to the presence of lactic acid in vaginal secretions, there are some of the examples in this mechanism. Second, we have enzymes. Lysozymes and other hydrolytic enzymes present in tear fluid, nasal secretions, and saliva do not allow the entry of pathogens through these sites. So these enzymes are able to hydrolyze the cell wall components of pathogens and kill them. Third, we have antimicrobial peptides. So the epithelial lining of the gastrointestinal, respiratory, and genitourinary tracts, they produce small physiologically active peptides. These peptides have antimicrobial activity. So let's discuss some of the well-known peptides. So well-known peptides, we have defensins, histatins, granulisins, and protegrins. We have many more others also. So defensins, they are cysteine rich molecules with circular shapes. They form ion permeable channels in cell membranes. They are capable of killing a wide range of pathogens. Whereas histatins, they are small histidine rich peptides found in human saliva. They display moderate antimicrobial activity against the fungus Candida albicans, the most commonly you must have heard about fungus Candida albicans. And next we have granulisin. It's produced by cytotoxic T lymphocyte and natural killer cells. They act along with perforins to kill microorganisms. Next type of barrier, we have washing and flushing action. So this is usually present in eye and urinary tract. This is the common mechanism present in eye and urinary tract. So the constant and rapid flow of secretions makes it unfavorable for the organism to gain access through these routes. So that's how it acts as a defense, line of defense. Next, we have mucus lining. So, due to low pH, high viscosity, and presence of enzymes in mucus, entry of organisms and its subsequent survival in it is retarded. Thus, mucus lining of various luminal surfaces acts as a physiological barrier also. So, today we have discussed two barriers, and in our next video, we'll discuss two more phagocytic barriers and inflammatory barriers. And hope you liked my video. Do subscribe to my channel. And till then, bye. Have a nice day.